Hey everyone, I'm going to do part 2 of my bridge. You can see it's come a long way since the last time you saw it. It's actually in the city. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I did an update on it, but I've been waiting for parts to arrive. I had one order went the wrong way, another one got dispatched, so I had to wait for that to come in. But I've done quite a lot on this. You can see it's in situ now. There's a few things going on, so I started trying to sort of tell the story of what's going to be happening and give you a little tidbit, a little sneak peek of what's going to be going on in the city underneath it, because I did say this was going to be a harbour area, and you'll see it's starting to become a harbour area, so that's pretty cool. I've tried to set up a few scenes and show you some of the things I want going on in it, but it has taken me a long time to actually get it finished. There's a lot of work goes into actually building out the structure underneath, putting on all the details on it. I haven't put the supports in yet. That's my next task. I have put supports in, which I'll talk about in a second. So that's one of my next tasks. And there's a few more details I want to put in on the bridge and start to add a few little details here and there in terms of stories and things like that. But I have put one set of section in already, not completely, but I started it. So let's have a look at what's happened to the bridge. Going to start by showing you what a 1.2 meter long 2-track train bridge looks like. It's pretty long. Hence why it's taken me a while to finish it. But what you can see is at one end I've put in, this is more kind of like industrial maintenance, and then this end is pedestrian kind of touristy stuff, which I'll talk about in a second. So down this end I had a load of these grating pieces, and I thought they would make pretty awesome kind of floors for this end where the workmen and things can walk along and do maintenance on the bridge and stuff like that. We've got my my favourite scaffolding man here painting the bridge. If you haven't seen that tutorial I did on him, the link's in the corner now. But I just like the way kind of that industrial look. I know the colour is off, unfortunately. It does match the train tracks. But I got them cheap, and that was the colour they came in. I don't think it really matters at the end of the day. I've also put this in from the tower crane, just temporarily. I like it. I want to build something like that here. But, you know, let me know your thoughts in the comments on what kind of things you think could go in here to do maintenance. I am planning to put in some of the little lights you get on the side of tracks, things like that. Should probably put some signals in here as well, to be perfectly honest. You know, add that little level of realism. I did change one thing in these columns as well. Originally these bricks came down further, and then I had the supports there. What I've decided to do is actually use these arches here and then put some longer pieces in to actually make it sort of a bit more open, so I can do something in there like put a maintenance ladder, for example, up the inside. Again, love to know your thoughts, because I do have these towers on the top here to do stuff with if I want to. So you know, originally in the Spider-Man set that this was, there was a play feature here where you could push something and there was some eggs on the top. Now I haven't kept any of that in here at the moment. I might put some of that back in. I haven't decided yet, but I don't know. I kind of want to keep some of the original stuff, which is why I've kept a lot of these studs on the outside as well, so I can do the posing and things like that. I was thinking of having one of the jump points out. The original idea of this bridge was you could attach like Spider-Man's ropes here and then have him swing around and things like that. So one thing as well you'll notice is I do have the cabling in all 3 points on every column now as well. So yeah, I had to get quite a few parts to do that one. That actually came from 3 different Bricklink orders, unfortunately. I was trying to keep it all local, so that was what happened. Now, there's not a lot to write home about in the middle here. I have just done some tidying up around how this is done. One thing with these GJBricks tracks is they do sometimes sit up, so I've actually pinned it down with some track here, and the walkway is actually holding it in. So still got full access to change the junction. I'm still on the fence about the crossover, I'll be honest, because I could carry my walkway along all the way across here if I didn't have it. But at the same time, I kind of love it. Like, it's so stupid and over the top. I think it actually is pretty cool. You can see I've put the Ocean Explorer boat going under the bridge there as well. I will be absolutely honest, it's about 1 brick too high. This just hits the bridge going under. So, unfortunately, It's not quite big enough for that. I'm not going to change it because this actual table that this is on is not going to change. It's actually on fixed legs as opposed to the adjustable legs, so it actually works out perfectly in terms of height. I've kept a couple of these sticker pieces as well from the original set because I thought they were really nice. Perfect bit of sort of graffiti going on there as well. Underneath, this isn't the final column. Now, this is actually final in one respect in that this is going to be holding the bridge up, and then I'm going to build around it, so that's how I'm going to build up the columns. I'm actually thinking in terms of my sanity and saving on bricks, I'm probably just going to build these two sides and maybe a little bit back here, just purely because it will save me an absolute ton of bricks. So yeah, I had a load of these, so I've used solid bricks in the middle there to provide like a solid column, and then that all goes up to the Technic pieces here underneath. So there's actually Technic underneath there. It's not very well lit, but there's Technic bars underneath there, so that's all supported through that column there. And then these other ones here just provide a bit of additional offset loading there. I had a bucket load of these parts, so I thought I'd use them as a good way to fill this in. In terms of the actual sag on the bridge as well, there is none. So these columns are actually, as I said I was going to do, they're actually one plate higher than they need to be, and it makes it work perfectly. So I don't have any issue with sagging in this at all, which is quite impressive when you consider this isn't actually a Technic support in the middle here at all. It's all brick built. So it's just the fact that there is, it's good, it's actually based off the original superhero bridge, and it works very, very well in terms of the layering. There's plates, there's bricks, there's more plates, and then the train track itself, which is obviously rigid, holds a lot of it in place. So yeah, I've got my Horizon Express going across the bridge there. Not a lot else to write home about on that side at the moment. What's going to be happening under here, as I said, I build out that column, and Ninjago City is going to be living here. I'm probably going to do what I originally wanted to do and put that little market area underneath there. Just not sure how visible it's going to be, but one thing I am thinking is to actually do what I suggested originally and have some kind of a walkway underneath the bridge perhaps, so going along underneath here all the way across to the Ninjago district. I don't know, I haven't decided on that one yet, or maybe we'll just do a little ferry service across. Haven't decided. On this side of the bridge I did exactly what I said I was going to do, and I actually put in this walkway all the way out here like a tourist spot. So there's my GJBricks figure hanging out with Dr. McBrick there. We've got the Horizon Express in the background again, and just this little cute rat running up the supports there. I just thought it was a bit of fun. And I've put this railing in here, and my thought is to actually have some sort of painters, drink sellers, news agents, things like that as you go along, so you can sort of start to see. We've got someone doing a selfie there. We've got Jacob Brick Bakery having a portrait painted somehow, although seems to be missing the easel there. We've got some people walking along there, and this actually will go into my station. So this area here is going to be the where's my finger, there we go. This is actually going to be the central platform for the station. So platform here, platform over here, and one in the middle. And the one in the middle you'll be able to walk across onto this bridge. So if you're a train spotter, or you just like the walk, or you want to go and sort of get a different view of Studsburg, there's a great spot to go to. I'm still sort of umming and ahhing about whether or not I'm going to do something on this column, so I'd love to have your input on a couple of things there. What kind of stalls do you think I should put on that bridge? There's not a huge amount of space, but there is 6 studs wide, so I can put some quite compact things in there. I think it'll really add a lot of personality. And then I'm also thinking, you know, what can I do on the top of this column? I'm just mucking around with my tower crane here, a recent acquisition, putting in my new GJB logo. Yeah. This is going to change. The blue in it's completely wrong, so there we go. The blue in that's completely wrong. I'm going to be changing that as soon as that's done. That'll be my new logo. Woohoo! Inspired by G.I. Joe. And there's obviously the portaloo for the workers while they're working up here. So I just thought that was a bit of fun again. But I'm sort of still umming and ahhing about, should I do something where, you know, perhaps there's a spiral staircase all the way up to the top here, and you get a proper lookout on the top here. I thought sort of connecting this area into the station was going to be pretty darn cool. So that was why I decided to do that one. So that'll go straight onto platform 2. Platform 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. and give any tourist a chance to go and see the trains up close with the magnificent Horizon Express behind it there. Yeah, what else have I got? No, that's it. I've just sort of started to put in some of my old sets as well. So I've got the lighthouse down there with Scooby-Doo and Shaggy hanging around. I've got the Ocean Explorer boat in there, as I said. I've got the fishing shack down there. Love that fishing shop. Brilliant. And I've just used the boat from the hidden side there. This is obviously going to be, the other table is going to go in here, so you can start to see this is going to be the whole harbour area here. Anyway, that's going off the bridge. That's part of my city update. I want to talk about the bridge. So there you have it. That is the bridge. Let's do one more panning shot from the side, shall we? Oh, look at that. Can you tell I am pretty darn happy with that? I think it looks awesome. I've actually got something outstanding I'm going to do to it as a future project, but I'm not going to tell you what that is just yet. I will unveil that once I have actually designed it, which might be my first bit of studio design. I don't know. Anyway, let me know if you got suggestions on anything you've seen on this bridge. I'm dead chuffed with it. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know any suggestions you've got for what I can do in here, any improvements I can make. As you can see, I've tried to use a lot of the original Marvel bridge stuff to actually sort of keep it consistent with that, because that was a great set. These towers are all much bigger, much different design to the original one in terms of how they're actually built now, but I've tried to keep the sort of the way it all works similar in terms of color schemes and things like that, and the greebling and whatnot. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. If you think, you know, does it need guttering? Does it need some other bricks? Does it need a few other things? What kind of stories can the bridge be telling, especially in the pylons here? I've got this structure here which actually lends itself very well to having some kind of structure inside it. Perhaps there can be like a mini modular kind of thing here. And how cool is it having that boat going underneath it? I must do my review of that as well. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. If you are new to my channel, please make sure you hit subscribe. I do post regularly. Thank you so much for joining me and listening to me talk about my bridge. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again very soon.